Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. On this channel, we cut through the hype and the noise, and I give you the non-biased information you can use to hopefully capitalize on the biggest opportunity in history. And I believe that's this current bull run, and I can't be more bullish. Now, I do my research. For me, I have a financial background. I used to be a licensed currency trader way back in the day. But if you don't believe that cryptos are securities, well, guys, they are either currencies or commodities, which is the same thing. That's what I used to do. I bought my first foreign currency back in like 1990. I've been around. I've seen a lot. I try to share my knowledge and all my research with you guys. Now, like I said, I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I do tell you what you need to hear. And in this video, we're going to do a deep dive by request on Chainlink. Now, one thing I have been really trying to do some deep research on is with the utility tokens. And here's my thesis. And I've ran it across Claude AI. He kind of agrees. So basically, 90% of all projects that ever are created never make a new all-time high in its second and third bull run. Well, could that happen to Chainlink? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in this video. And we're going to talk about all the positives and about my concerns. And then we're going to take a look at some charts. And I'm also going to give you two different projects that are direct competitors to Chainlink that you might want to take a look at because, according to me and Claude, I think they have a better risk reward. But that's up to you guys. So hit the like button. Let's dive into Chainlink. Now, guys, my thesis as far as the utility tokens kind of kicked off because of Chainlink. If you surf around, no matter what, you could argue that Chainlink by far has the most adopted utility of any single project out there. And no matter what, it is one of the top projects. No ifs and buts about it when it comes to adoption of its utilities. And it made me think, okay, if it has all this adoption where they're using it and they're buying Chainlink, well, why is the thing not ripping? And it did okay earlier on in the bull run, but it should be a lot higher. If it was a stock, it would be way higher. But I do understand cryptos are not stocks. So I want to talk to you about what I uncovered and had a long conversation with Claude AI about. So the positives. Chainlink is the gateway to Swift, huge adoption. It is linked to, has a partnership with almost all the major layer ones, and it is the interoperability project. And with its CCIP, I mean, it's as good a tech as you can get. Now, so let's just say it's outstanding. So let's take that off the table. But as I've said 100 times, just because it has real world utility or the best utility or great tech doesn't mean that it's a good investment. And that's what I talked to Claude about. And Claude cloned the term utility trap. So, and Claude also came up with a way to measure this. This had nothing to do with me. He said, let me just show you my thought process. Because here's the thing. 90% of all projects don't make a new all-time high. It's mainly because the speculation allowed them to grow, but once that speculation is over with, it's got to produce, and most projects can't produce. But the number one reason, in my opinion, is once a project is launched, it has low float. There's not a lot of tokens out there. So it pumps, and then when the altcoin season is over and the bull run ends, they keep dumping supply. XRP did that. XLM did that. Avalanche, Solana, Polygon, Ethereum, they all have done it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's the way they're set up. And that's kind of the older way to set projects up. Now you have projects like Axelar and Caspa come out wholly different and gives us a better opportunity not to get dumped on and to capitalize on our speculation for whatever that's worth. So when it comes to Chainlink, here's what Claude measured, and here's what he said. And he wants to separate the difference of the success of Chainlink and the success of the token being good profitability, because that's the whole concept. I believe, and Claude agrees with me, that your utility projects like HBAR, XRP, XLM, Algorand, IOTA, and Chainlink, just for a few examples, can grow their foundations or their companies 25x for the next 25 years and be phenomenal projects. But the token itself, it could just stay where it is, and none of them need to hit an all-time high because there's not a correlation to most of these projects outside of the speculation of the demand of the utility. They're just mechanisms for whatever that's worth. But here's what Claude said about Chainlink, and it separated Chainlink to the token. It said project technology success potential. That's just Chainlink. Industry standard for Oracle, strong institutional adoption, CCIP gaining traction, excellent team, excellent partnerships. Swift, they just announced that Sony's new blockchain is has partnered with Chainlink as well. And guys, I've said this 100 times, and people don't like hearing it, but the majority of these projects are going to go away. And when the big boys like Sony roll in the future, there's not going to be a lot of tokens needed. Now think about all the layer 2s out there, but then base comes along. It is the number 2 ecosystem, the number 2 layer 2, no token needed. Sony, no token needed. They will take over gaming. They just partnered with USDC Circle to be the interoperability token inside the game. Interoperability might not be right, but the token that Sony's kind of going to run on its own rails. Keep that in mind in the future if you're thinking about hodling some of these projects. So it says clear market leadership, likely to remain dominant player. The score is 9 out of 10. So Claude is very bullish on Chainlink being a dominant player as an interoperability token. But let's compare the token as an investment. It says token investment potential, heavy token emissions. That's not good. Foundation relies on token sales. That's not good. No direct fee capture for token holders. That's not good. Utility token with no profit sharing. That's not good. They do have staking. That's positive. Market share dilution from competitors. That's not good. Success doesn't require higher token price. The score is 5 out of 10. So it's basically saying that Chainlink should and could easily be a world beater and a dominant player, but the odds of the token being a good investment and that is needed to have higher price is basically 50-50. I don't like those odds. So do with that information as you will, guys, but I truly believe you're going to see the projects in the future not make new all-time highs because they don't need to. It's just speculation. And if people didn't catch the pump on like XRP or XLM or Polygon or AVAX, they're probably never getting their money back. Hey, I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, here's the number one concern. As good as Chainlink is, and guys, I bought it like a year and a half ago. I have sold all my Chainlink, but as good as it is as a utility token, I don't think it's the best project whatsoever. It's not even on the board of making life-changing gains. And I did a video a while back comparing Pith to Link. Link is a lot better, but Pith is the new kid in town at the time, and I said Pith is a lot better investment, and it has proved true in a big way. Because guys, this is some free alpha. If you want to make big money, the odds are that you're going to have to buy a new project that's never experienced a bull run. And that will be the all-time high that you may never see again for 9 out of 10 projects. And then once they get into like the top 25, definitely the top 10, there's no life-changing gains there unless you're using big money. But look at the submission, guys. I wish this chart was a little smaller. But look, in the start of the last bull run, the supply was only at 350 million. And they start dumping as the demand and the project took off. And then look, guys, here's the bad part. Once the bull run was over, see, this is why these things struggle to hit a new all-time high. And again, study the history of the XRP and XLM type projects. They kept dumping. So all during the bear market, when there was no demand, they kept increasing the supply. Well, now, since the start of the last bull run, you've basically more than doubled the supply. So you have to double the demand to basically justify it taking a new all-time high. So it's basically 2xing its all-time high if it hits the all-time high. I don't know if that demand has gained that much traction. Now, so as I talked to Claude, we talked about Axelar. Now, Axelar is a new project, but it's a money maker. See, Link doesn't make that much money. XRP makes almost no money. XLM, they don't make money because they weren't set up to feed the ecosystem, and that they weren't fed up to make the developers a lot of money. They were set up to grow the foundations or grow the companies. And so when these projects like say XRP, and guys, this is not FUD or harping on XRP, but most people understand XRP. XRP produces a lot of activity and transactions, but the profits go to Ripple. And if Ripple decides to fund the ecosystem, maybe it will, but that's the same with most projects. Was set up to fund its own ecosystem. So anyway, take a look at Axelar. Now, when I talked to Claude, I asked about the competition, and Pith is in there as well, guys. That's still a great, great project. And I'm going to keep talking even though my video seems to be slowing down. API3 is a higher risk reward, but it's got very low market cap. And I believe when Link starts to pump, which it will, I believe Pith will outperform it, Axelar will outperform it, but I think the big money, which again, higher risk reward, will come from something like API3. Now, what I want to do is I want to go to market cap of, and if you've never been to market cap of, guys, you need to go there, play around, because you can get a real good feel for projects. Like what I want to compare, and hopefully my computer's going to let me do that, is when you go to market cap of, you say, well, what if Axelar can get to where Chainlink is now, or if Axelar gets to where Chainlink all-time high is, and it can show you that math. And just like, so I want to show you Axelar compared to where Link is now and where Link has been, and then I want to show you where API3 is now, and if it can just get to where Link is now, which I think is very doable. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to keep talking, and I'm basically want to just tell you what market cap of does. If you type in Axelar to Link, guys, I think that's an 8 to 10x, maybe a 25x if it hits Link's all-time high. I think both of those are doable. And then API3, guys, I believe it's like a 60x if API3 can just get to where Chainlink is now. And if it gets to its all-time high, it's like 130x. Go there. I apologize for my screen, but I'm just going to keep talking, and hopefully if y'all go to market cap of, play around, put in those numbers, it'll probably help you out a lot. Okay, that being said, guys, I can't be more bullish on crypto. The utility tokens are not going to rip like people say, in my opinion. There's levels to these understandings. And guys, I truly don't believe that the utility tokens that are at 0.003 to do a transaction, they don't make any money. So the future of those are going to be utility tokens that make money through their services, just like Ripple uses XRP. It is a money-making mechanism, but it doesn't equate to the demand and the value of the token. Okay, we got it back. If you look at Axelar to Link, if it can just get to where Link is now, that's 11x. If it can get to where Link's all-time high is, that's a 32x. That's not bad. But either way, I believe XLR will outperform Link, period. Now, API3, like I was saying, if API3 can get to where Link is right now, which is down, that's a 32x. I think that's very, very doable. But if it can get to where Link's all-time high is, which I think is extremely pushing it, that's a 92x. And I believe the reason these numbers weren't as high as I thought they were was because when I first did my research a couple of days ago, API3 has been pumping. Anyway, guys, hopefully this gives you some real good information. But I want to tell you one last thing, is that no matter how high Link goes, let's look back at the chart. I don't believe that, well, I think it's about, me personally, I think it's probably 50-50 that Link makes a new all-time high. And it wouldn't surprise me to 2x say that all-time high, even with the tokenomics. However, if you want to just guess and go, well, here's the all-time high, which is at, over, what is that, $52, well, I'll just start taking profits then. Well, what if it doesn't go there? So for me, if I was stacking, say, Chainlink right now at $11, when it takes out, say, this high of, say, 34, and before it gets to 40, definitely consider taking out your initial investment. That's what I'm going to do. So therefore, if I'm wrong, I can't lose money. If it doesn't take out its all-time high, I'm still good. And then once I get my initial investment back, and it keeps pumping higher, I take out another handful, and then another handful, whatever suits your risk reward. But guys, anyone that puts a number on a project, this is across the board, I think are putting themselves at risk. You're either going to nail the all-time high and be like, yes, but that's going to be like 1% of you guys. Let's say Link barely makes a new all-time high. It goes to, say, $55, and everyone thinks it's going to go to, $100. And you didn't take profits, or you took the first handful. Well, the odds are we're going to wake up one morning and we're down 30, 40, 50%. And you don't know what to do, and you didn't take any profits. That's going to happen to all of us. So guys, in my opinion, instead of setting a number, whether it's Caspa, XRP, Chainlink, it doesn't matter. Instead of setting a number, start taking profits along the way. And no matter what, my strategy is to invest bull run to bull run, sell all my altcoin seasons before this is over. Because guys, there's never been a project that did not dump minimum of 85%, if not all the way up to 99%. Most of them average around 93% drawback. So why would you possibly want to hodl a project when altcoin season gets here and your portfolio is just ripping and ripping and ripping? Why would you let it drop 90% and then wait 3, 4, 5 years and hope it comes back and you get your money back? That hasn't worked for projects like XLM and XRP, and it's not going to work for you. Why would you think you're already at 90% probability, 90, that your project will never hit a new all-time high. And if it's its third or fourth bull run, it goes down from there. It's like a 95% probability, for instance, that XRP and XLM does not hit a new all-time high in this bull run. You can call that FUD all you want, guys, but I like math and probabilities. I don't like flipping a coin and going, well, but, and this is the exception. Yeah, there's exception, but your project's probably not that. Anyway, guys, I do one-on-one coaching. It's only $250 for 3 Zoom or phone calls. I think it'll help you out a lot. We'll help you get a game plan, teach you how to dollar cost average out and in. Definitely a game plan for taking profits. Get you a roadmap that fits your risk reward, go through your portfolio, answer your questions, things like that. But whether you take me up on that or not, do yourself a favor, get yourself a game plan, start taking profits in this bull run, all of them, or you'll become the prophets. And one last thing, guys, if the majority were right, the majority would be rich. So 90% of people lose money in crypto. So when you hear everyone saying, oh, we know this is going to happen or this token's going to pump, start thinking, for every 10 people that are saying that, 9 are going to lose money. You might want to consider the people are telling you what you don't want to hear or what the minority are talking about, especially the smart money and the whales and the institutions. Follow the money and follow honest people, guys. If they don't tell you, if they're always just telling you what you want to hear and they never even mention a downside or they don't explain what bad tokenomics, stay away from them, guys. You're going to get wrecked. And I can't be more bullish. I want you to be successful in crypto. That's why I founded this channel. So if I have any say about it, I'm going to tell you information that will allow you to make good, informed decisions. I wish us all luck. Anyway, hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section of which one of these projects you'll be buying, if any. And no matter what, come back and be part of this community. Take care, guys.